Hey everyone, it's Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. Thanks for joining me. Today I thought I would do a hopefully quick video on my January TBR. So every year I try and start the new year without any carryovers. You know, maybe two. If I've got an audiobook going or I've got an ebook going, you know, that's fine. But I try every year to get my physical TBR down to 0. Well, that's like, I thought about it this year a couple of times and I thought, I don't know who I think I'm kidding. Like there's way too many books here that are in progress. So I did not make that happen this year. However, because I wanted to make sure I stay focused on some projects that I'm doing just for myself, I thought I'd better do a TBR video for this month just to make sure everything is together. So I think I've got everything here. I'm sure I will find other things I forgot to talk about later, but that's okay. Okay, so for my series project, and then I want to catch up on the ones that I own and the ones that are coming out. So I have read the 4th book in the Miss Cop series by Amy Stewart. That's Miss Cop Just Won't Quit. I cannot find my copy of the book, but I have the 5th one, The Cop Sisters on the March. I'm going to start this one hopefully later this week. If not, I will for sure read it this month. There's a new installment, Dear Miss Cop, I believe it's called, that's coming out. Oh, actually next week maybe, or the week after, but sometime in January. So I will be almost caught up with the series until the new one comes out. So not too bad. Then, sorry for the bump. Another one of my goals is to try and read more books about, and cookbooks and books about different kinds of eating. And I'm trying to find a way to reduce inflammation in my diet and to find a way to have more energy in general. So I have a lot of internal issues that really drag me down, and hormone stuff and endocrine stuff, and so I'm going to keep working on some of this reading. So I have this from my library. It's called The Wellness Project, How I Learned to Do Right by My Body Without Giving Up My Life by Phoebe Lapine. So it's about, I think, how she figured out things she could do to help herself, changes in eating, probably some diagnoses that she received along the way or maybe didn't receive along the way and found out later from a specialist. I'm not sure, but this sounds really nice, and there's recipes inside, so I appreciate that. I don't think I talked about this, but I should have in my goals video. I have a heckin' lot of Book of the Month Club books. I've been a member for, I think, 4 years now, maybe 5. This may be going into my 5th year. And I've read only a handful of them, like literally 5 or less. And for a long time, most months, I got 2 books or even 3. So you can imagine the hundreds that are piled up here in the house. So I'm trying to work on that as well. As long as I've got one on the go or coming up next, I feel like I'm in a good spot. So I'm starting backwards just because it was closest to hand. And I'll be reading In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I don't care that it's past Christmas time and I'm reading this, it's still fine. I'll be reading Christmas books probably throughout the year off and on. So I'll be working on this one to start. And I just ordered my January box. Ooh, dang it. Today. I'm so sorry. I have a big stack of books I've already read. It's just picture books. Don't freak out. And it's getting in the way. Okay. So let's see what I have here. Ooh. Okay. I've got 2 year-long, I don't want to say projects because that sounds like a bigger deal than they are. 2 year-long reads. Oh my gosh. Come on. Work with me here. Stupid things. Okay. This one I think I'll do in fits and starts, but I'd like to keep it up throughout the year, and that is Toxfig's Almanac by Sandy Toxfig. She started, at the beginning of lockdown, she started a series, I guess, on her YouTube channel about forgotten women in history and interesting things she's read. I think she posted every day or several times a week, and she turned that into a book, expanded it a lot and turned it into a book. There's also a podcast for it. I'm not really a podcast person, but if I was, I would listen. So I am going to hopefully read this. I think I'm already 2 days behind and it's the 4th, so that's okay. I'm going to keep this up throughout the year. And then for one of my real life book clubs, my Bitches book club, this is with my friends Michelle and Jenna, we decided to do 1 year-long read this year instead of doing a different book a month or whatever. So we all, it was between this and one other book. What was it? I don't remember. But anyways, we picked this one, A Promised Land by Barack Obama. This is crazy heavy, you guys. I know there's photographs inside and I really appreciate that, but this is really lovely, smooth, heavy paper. So it's gonna make me like get my muscles in gear, which I know I could use. So this will be slowly throughout the year. Okay, and then spur of the moment on Saturday night, I remembered that someone was doing a live show, so I logged on and decided to start reading the book, and I am really getting into it. So there's a group read happening just throughout the month, and at the end of the month there will be a live show on Noah's channel, Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse. I will link it below. So that is for 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I've owned this copy for probably 20 years. This is from 1970. And I thought that at first the lack of chapter numbers was just this weird old edition I had, but no, it's all of them don't have chapters. So I'm going to sneakily like write a pencil in like 4, 5, 6, like go ahead and mark them, because it drives me bonkers not being able to like say it's in this chapter in this part, because all the page numbers don't match up in editions, of course. But anyways, blah, blah, blah. Classic of magical realism, and based, I think, a lot on Central and South American folklore, based a lot on Marquez's grandparents and their life, what his grandmother was like with him. I really like magical realism, and a couple of times over the years I have tried to read this book unsuccessfully. I started reading and I would think, wait, this guy has the same name, and this guy has the same name, and this guy has the same name, like what? And I just it was not the right time. And when they were talking about it on Saturday in the live show, I thought, oh, maybe I'll try that again. I have it, I'll try it. And I just read the first chapter like in a blink, no problem. So I kept it up. I'm on almost page 60 right now. So hopefully the groove will keep going. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad the time is finally here to read this thing. Okay, I'm also working on The Seasonal Quartet by Allie Smith. This is being hosted by Sarah at Hardcover Hearts. It's already closed. You can no longer join, I'm very sorry to say. So we read a certain part every week, and we talk late Saturday night and Sunday. So all the Voxer talk is restricted to one day, which is so lovely. You can actually catch up. But I'm really enjoying this. I've never read Allie Smith before, and I liked Autumn quite a bit. I gave it a 3-star because a lot of stuff went over my head, and a lot of stuff I just didn't necessarily love a lot, but I did like it more than I thought I would. So I am interested to see how winter is going to go. So this will be January's book, is winter. And then I am joining in the year-long Book Naturalists. Maybe this is not even year-long, it's just a permanent thing. Book Naturalists group that Doris at Aldi Books and Heidi at My Reading Life are doing. The first book is World of Wonders by Amy Nezhukumba-Tatil, I think is how you say her last name. So I've had this for a couple of months now, and I really wanted to read it in Nonfiction November and just ran out of time. So I'm excited to have a chance to read this month. Oh, I think the first 4 months are all books from Milkweed Editions, which I always call Milk Street Press because I watched that Christopher Kimball show on PBS, which is called Milk Street. My brain is whatever. But this is about the natural world and wonderful things that exist in it. And I think a little bit about her growing up too, time she spent outside with her family and what she learned. And there are lovely illustrations. So I'm excited to read this and to join such a really interesting group of people. And last up, that's on my for sure list, is a fun thing, and that is the Bridgertons. I just want to keep going with this series. This is the second book. I'm halfway through. This is Anthony's story, by the way. Of course, I loved the TV show. I binged it all in one day, Christmas Day. I think I started around 4 or 5 in the afternoon and ended at about 2 a.m. So I really liked that a lot. I'm a little upset that I know who Lady Featherington? No. Whistledown. I get everyone's name confused. Bridgerton, Featherington, Whistledown, LauraBrook. Anyways, I'm enjoying this much more than I enjoyed the first one. Like, there's no, so far, I hope there's not going to be in the second half, questionable rape possibility scenes. But I'm enjoying this very much. And this is the book I'm always eyeing up when I'm reading other things, like, oh, but the Bridgertons is over there. So yeah, I think that will keep me busy on top of everything else I end up reading. I am trying to finish up everything that I had started last year. I would say I would do this month, but I know myself and it's too many books to really do that. So I'm going to say by the first quarter check-in, if I can get everything finished up that I've already started in 2020, I will be good. That's fun with me. And I need to work on my books in general. So earlier today, I went downstairs to find one book in my already read bins and 2 books in my TBR bins. One of them is the Miss Cop book. So I thought, I should know where they are. It's no problem. Friends, it was horrifying. I couldn't find the already read book. I know I saved it. It's the start to a series, and I always save the first book in the series until I've read further into it, if I own it, and I own the first 8 books. So I know that I have saved this first book. I can guarantee it. And the fact that I can only find one of the Miss Cop books, but not the other one, is driving me bonkers. There are way more mixed bins downstairs for me that are read and unread, all sorts of genres. Like one, I tried to get a lot of my Book of the Month Club books in together because I knew that this year I would be doing a project where I was trying to read through as many as I could. So I started that way, and then so the first layer is all Book of the Month Club books, and everything above that is just random stuff, read and unread. Like, it's horrifying. So I'm going to be starting to sort through my books from the basement in earnest in a different way. I need to get rid of books. I just do. And when I was going through the bins, my already read bins, there were quite a few I saw in there that I could get rid of for sure. But I thought, don't start pulling stuff out individually now. Just handle one bin at a time, you know? Like, don't create a bigger mess than you need to at this moment in time, because I still have Christmas stuff up. So Christmas stuff is first, and then book stuff. But I'm going to have to start that this week, because now that I know just how bad it is down there, it's driving me crazy. So I'm going to try and film as much as I can. I think I figured out how to do a time lapse, it's like speed up thing. I think I figured that out. So if I can figure that out, that would be a good ticket for me to get stuff done. But so those are my January plans. Start the book library, of course, is that it? Start the library haul, come on Laura, and then get working on all these projects and all of these books. So yeah, I will be busy. No chance of me being bored. All right, I look forward to seeing all of your January TBRs. I've seen a few, and looking forward to seeing more of them, and hoping to be better at catching up with things too, now that the New Year is here and I feel like the holiday craziness is finally over. Even though none of us really went anywhere or did anything this season, it felt mentally way more insane and way busier than before, and I don't know why that is, and I hope I'm not alone in feeling that way, but I couldn't keep my hand and my brain on anything. So okay, new year, new start, trying to have realistic but hopeful expectations about things. So anyways, hope you're all doing well and reading something wonderful. Have you read any of these books? Do you plan on reading any of these books? Let me know what you think. And any hints for how I should reorganize my library, please let me know. I need to keep read and unread separate. That much I know for sure. But in general, if it's on a shelf, it's alphabetized. I don't separate by genre, mostly. Except for those 2 full bookshelves over there, but whatever. If you have any hints for me, please let me know. It's a lot to deal with. Thousands of books, so I'm feeling overwhelmed. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can do it. No big deal. All right. Finally, stop talking, Laura. Okay, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.